understand that these things are falling away. All that no longer serves you, the divine is saying, is falling away right before your eyes, in the spiritual world and in the 3D. And all the things that you are wanting to call in, all of your prayers will soon be answered. All of your manifestations are coming into fruition. So just keep hello. If you're seeing this, remember, there is no such thing as a coincidence. There is some part of this message that is for you. So I ask the divine to allow me to channel in the energy of all those who need to hear this message today. So we're going to start with pulling a few cards. So I have 2 separate decks here. We're going to pull from, both homemade. I'm going to pull first from the Divine Alignment Oracle deck. This deck has prophetic messages, signs, and karmic insights for the evolving soul. So let's just shuffle through and see what we get. Let's see what the divine wants you to know today. A lot of times I'll just shuffle through them like this, and then I will, if a card jumps out to me, I'll allow that card to hop out. And then I also do this thing where I just split the deck a few times, and whatever's on top is one of the cards that's important for the message. Okay. We're going to start with about 4 to 5 cards. Let's see what we get, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so to start with, we have don't ignore the red flags. A hidden admirer is thinking of you. You are stepping into divine alignment. We have Thursday, as well as the wheel of fortune is turning in your favor. And again, oh, here it is. Okay, so what does this mean? There is someone who is thinking of you. This collective has some sort of secret admirer. Now, of course, a secret admirer isn't always something that is romantic. This could just be a person who sees the potential in you, or a person who just admires and sees your value. This could definitely be a romantic interest, as well as just a friend or someone who's admiring you from a distance because they respect you and all that you encompass and embody. Honestly, I believe based upon what I'm feeling, there is actually more than one individual who is admiring this collective. I'm channeling in that you all are very handsome and beautiful individuals. It's hard for people not to notice your inner and outer beauty. This collective is astonishingly beautiful inside and out. And this is probably why you have these hidden admirers that are thinking of you. Now let's get into you are stepping into divine alignment. Don't ignore the red flags, and the wheel of fortune is turning in your favor. So because you are leveling up, because you have been shifting timelines, because you have been just stepping into the version of you that is, more positive and things like that, you are inevitably going to have secret admirers. Some may even come forward and tell you how they're feeling. But the divine wants you to know that it's important to not ignore the red flags. Again, you as the handsome or beautiful individual that you are, of course you're going to have people who want to be in this energy and in this light. But a lot of these people do not have good intentions. A lot of these people are red flags. So it's very important that despite the individuals who are coming into your life wanting friendship, relationships, or just wanting to be in your energy, despite this happening, please pay close attention to the red flags, and keep yourself and your energy safe always. We don't want anyone in our space who is going to take us out of alignment or, siphon anything. Now, Thursday. What I'm channeling in about Thursday, you may just have some sort of incoming message. Now, when I say message, for a part of the collective, this may be a literal message. It could be an email, a text message. It could even be a phone call. that you will be getting on Thursday. But for another part of the collective, this is more of a download, more of information that is going to come to you in a spiritual or mental type of way. I hope this makes sense. So think about Thursday. Now, this could also just be confirmation that this message is for you. Maybe something happened on a Thursday recently, or is going to happen on Thursday. But just keep a lookout for Thursday. Okay. I want to shuffle a few more cards from this deck, and then I will shuffle some from my other deck as well. Let's see what we get. Okay, divine protection surrounds you. Shadow energy. A major life shift is coming. One more. The full moon is significant. Okay. So once again, divine protection surrounds you. So despite anyone coming or going from your life, despite any of the fears you may have been feeling recently surrounding life and, its darkness, you should always remember, collective, that the divine is always with you and is always protecting you. The divine's love and protection surrounds you everywhere that you go, no matter who you are around and what their intentions are. You are always safe. Now, getting this shadow energy card, I feel that this goes hand in hand with a hidden admirer is thinking of you. Don't ignore the red flags. I believe this shadow energy card just confirms what I already said about, just because people come into your life, again, you are a beautiful individual inside and out. So of course you are going to have hidden admirers. You're going to have admirers that come forward. This doesn't mean that these people are the one or they're meant to remain in your life. People can admire you and you can make sure you keep them at a distance. You know what I mean? Because it's showing here that whoever this individual or individuals are, they are more in their shadow energy. This doesn't mean that they're necessarily evil, but these people, they aren't in touch with their light side the same way that you are, collective. Therefore, these people's energy being around yours would be detrimental to your progress. These people would actually hold you back. So, yes, don't ignore the red flags. When somebody does come into your life, don't always just assume they're, a terrible person, or don't always assume negative things about them, but just really pay attention to the details, to the signs around you. Pay attention to the little things that they say. Even ask them questions and see the way they respond. People's responses to certain questions can tell you a lot about their character. Again, remember, character matters more than anything. Of course, people having higher education and things like that can be green flags towards their character, but it doesn't determine with certainty the kind of person that they are internally. The things that are tangible, our accomplishments in the 3D world, don't always signify instantly like, okay, that's a great person because, they have this degree, or even, oh, that person's horrible because they're homeless. Character isn't always about what we have accomplished, if that makes sense. So again, be very careful. You may even have a suitor come into your life, and he's very, very wealthy, and he's wooing you with gifts, or she is wooing you with gifts and things of that nature. Be very careful. Do not ignore the red flags. Okay, now a major life shift is coming and the full moon is significant. So when it comes to these two cards, I'm channeling in that there is a different message depending on who exactly is hearing this message. So for a part of the collective, this recent full moon was significant. It was October 6th. And because of whatever you did, whatever mindset you were in, maybe you did some spells under the full moon, or did some praying, maybe you did some manifesting, however you want to word it. Regardless, this full moon was significant for you. Whatever you called in, whatever you released, these things are going to begin to show themselves in the 3D world. And a major life shift has happened as a result of whatever you released and or called in during this most recent full moon. Now, for the other half of the collective, this future full moon, the one that won't come until next month, will be significant for you. And whatever you do with this full moon, this will cause a major shift in your life. So just look out for the next full moon. If you weren't the one who did anything significant, or maybe something happened recently on this full moon. Maybe October 6th was a significant day for you. That could also be another synchronicity. Maybe something happened that day. Regardless, a major life shift is either coming or has already happened for you. And again, the wheel of fortune is turning in your favor. So when it comes to that major life shift, again, always remember, take what resonates, leave what does not. Some things for some individuals are more literal. For other people, things are more figurative. So the wheel of fortune is turning in your favor. So because of whatever major life shift that is happening or is coming, that life shift will probably involve your fortune or your prosperity or even your happiness. These things could be tangible. They could also be spiritual. But just know that regardless, the wheel of fortune is turning in your favor. This is what the divine is telling you. You are stepping into divine alignment. So keep on doing whatever work you have been doing, whatever path you're on, whatever things you have been releasing, regardless of if it's been a full moon or not, and whatever things you have been calling in. Understand that these things are falling away. All that no longer serves you, the divine is saying, is falling away right before your eyes. In the spiritual world and in the 3D. And all the things that you are wanting to call in, all of your prayers will soon be answered. All of your manifestations are coming into fruition. So just keep on going. Now, I want to also pull a few cards from my, again, homemade The Vibe Report deck. This is an oracle deck for energy check-ins and emotional clarity. So this will just give us more information on what it is that we already talked about. So let's just see what we get here. Again, I usually do a little bit of shuffling, and then I usually would just split the deck a few times unless certain cards jump out at me, which also happens as well. So let's see what we get. What does the collective need to know? Whether it's about this individual or the individuals who are admiring the collective, or what do they need to know about their life, their journey, their path, what's to come, this full moon even. What information do we need? Okay, I think. Okay. So we have trust issues, past wounds affecting the present. And then we have grace, humility, gentleness, divine favor. And then we have unfinished business, unresolved energy, lingering connection. We also have joyful flow, laughter, creativity. And then we have deception, half truth, mask, illusion. Okay. So, based upon what we've already talked about, what does this sound like to me? So when it comes to the whole, you are stepping into divine alignment, and what else did I say earlier? Hold on. Okay, the wheel of fortune is turning in your favor. So this joyful flow, laughter, creativity, happiness. This card tells me that the wheel of fortune is turning in your favor. The alignment that you're stepping in is about joy, and just getting into the flow of joy and positivity, love and happiness. This, for a part of the collective, is telling you what you need to do so that you can step into the divine alignment that will allow the wheel of fortune to turn into your favor. The key is this joyful flow, this laughter, this creativity, this happiness. You must tap into this version of you, your inner child, your creative side. A lot of you are creators. Some of you may be writers, actors. You may, love to create music, rappers, singers. You may be a musician, a poet. I'm channeling in different things, but yes, you all are creators. You all are creative. And tapping into this side of you will allow you to be more in a joyful flow. This will allow you to be in alignment with your highest vibrational timeline, or with your desires, with your goals, with your future. Because This allows you to be in a more positive mindset. It gets you into the now and not so much in your head, if that makes sense. So again, collective, remember the divine is asking you to tap into the joyful flow, laugh, create, love, be positive. The world is full of negativity and positivity. It's full of both, but it's up to you what side you decide to tap into. You are creative, you are special, you are unique. So tap into those gifts. Think about the things that you found joy in when you were younger. It's important for us to tap back into that version of us. That is what allows us to get into alignment with our highest timeline, and or what allows our manifestations or prayers to be answered or come into fruition. Now, when it comes to this unfinished business, unresolved energy, lingering connection, for a part of the collective, this has to do with that shadow energy. This has to do with that admirer who is secretly admiring you but hasn't spoken up yet. This could be an individual from the past for a part of the collective. And when it comes to this connection, there clearly is some unfinished business, unresolved energy, lingering connection. Now, this unfinished business, unresolved energy could be just simply the energy of that individual and the way they are feeling about the connection. They may be seeing you from a distance, evolving, maybe you're losing weight, or maybe you've gained weight and that was your goal. Basically, they're seeing you step into this more authentic, higher vibrational, more beautiful or handsome, more attractive version of yourself. And because of this is what's causing them to admire you from a distance. But again, for the part of you, this is an individual from the past. And I would say again that this is negative shadow energy, as we said. So be aware of this and, keep your positive energy to yourself, or only give it to those who are also able to give you the same positive energy in return. And then we also got deception, half-truth, mask, illusion, and trust issues, past wounds affecting the present. So yes, again, when it comes to that connection, this is more confirmation that whether this is a new connection or an old connection, new individual or old individual, this connection is not positive. This connection will do nothing but drain your energy. The energy surrounding this connection involves past wounds, which are, affecting this person's present state of mind and present state of being. Also, deception. If this person does or has been a part of your life or does come into your life, they're probably going to bring deception. They're going to bring you half-truths. They're going to come with a mask on, and, they're going to present to you an illusion that is not the truth when it comes to their intentions, the way they feel, or who they even are as a person. So again, beware, because there are multiple people, for some individuals in this collective, who are interested in you, who are watching you, and who have intentions that are not the best. Now, we also got grace, humility, gentleness, divine favor. I feel that this card is speaking directly about the collective. You all are graceful, humble, gentle individuals who are seen in a high light in the spirit realm, or by God, by source, by your ancestors. You are loved by the divine and by all those in the spirit realm. And so because of this is why it's very important that you keep your energy, safeguard your energy, keep yourself protected always. Do not allow others to siphon, your positive energy. Do not allow others to come into your life and basically make things difficult for you when things are going just fine. You know what I mean? So this grace card isn't necessarily about having grace towards this person or these individuals, although that is important. You can have grace while still keeping a distance from these individuals. But it's more about who you are as an individual and what these people who are admiring you, this is what they notice about you. And just because people notice things about you, it doesn't mean they're going to come in now with good intentions. So keep yourself safe, guard your energy, and only you are a positive light. So make sure you remember this. It's not about being arrogant necessarily. You know, I'm not telling you to be arrogant. I'm just telling you to be careful who you give your energy to, because a lot of people do not have good intentions. Just because a person cares about you, just because a person says they care about you, does not mean they do. Their actions will speak so much louder than the words that they speak to you. So yeah, that's all I have today for this message. I hope this message was helpful. And remember, I will have the signs and synchronicities that this message is for you on the screen if this is on TikTok, or they'll be in the description if you're seeing this on YouTube. Thanks for watching. I love you. Goodbye.